You do not need to sell like a man to make a lot of sales in your business. Hello and welcome to Full Body Yes Sales, the podcast where we show you how to make more sales than ever in your online business in a way that feels authentic, empowering, and feels completely aligned with how you want to do business. Let's dive into today's episode. Hello and welcome back to Full Body Yes Sales. We are talking about a super fun topic today and so needed in the online space. If sales is not 100% feeling like a full body yes for you right now, this is the episode and this is probably why. And that is the idea that sales is never going to feel easy for you. It's never going to feel simple. It's never going to feel like a full body yes while you are trying to just sell like a man. I think one thing that can just feel so hard about the online space is it feels like men really get sales. It feels like the men are finding it really easy to succeed, whereas so many women who are freaking talented, who are incredible at what you do, you have so much skill and you know you have so much heart to help people. And also it feels really hard to make sales. And we see so many times people online, typically men, this is where the term bro marketing comes from a lot of, talking about how you can make sales in your business is you have to cold call, you have to cold DM people and really making it people feeling like a number, which I think feels very against our nature as women. Typically, we really thrive on relationships and connection. And that is realistically what sales is all about. So it's so funny that, we find it sometimes a bit more hard as we're getting started because no one ever taught us how to sell in that way, in a way that does actually feel really good for us. We're kind of just told and taught this way of, bro marketing essentially, of cold DM, reach as many people as you possibly can. And that doesn't work for a lot of us. And that's why a lot of us are left feeling like business doesn't feel like a full body yes. Sales feels really hard and it feels really inconsistent when that does not need to be the case. So if you are someone who identifies as a woman, you are probably someone who leans a little bit more into the human side of business and sales. You probably like the idea of building relationships, of connecting with people, getting to know people, actually really having deep impact and helping people. They're probably things that you quite highly value in your business. And as I said, so many of these things that we see online when we're taught how to sell are going against that. They're talking about reach as many people as possible, take all the emotion out of it. You just need to focus on getting the sale and taking just so much human and connection out of the process. And it makes us feel like sales is this kind of icky thing. It makes us feel like it's this bad thing of I don't really want to be doing this, but I kind of have to if I want to make any money in this business, which I know, I can't make money, I can't sign clients, I can't help people if I'm not talking about sales and if I'm not doing the sales things. But it's not feeling good. And realistically, we're not wanting to do it. And we know that if something isn't feeling good, we're really going to avoid it. We're going to not put much time into it, not put much energy into it. And sales is actually the number one area you should be focused on in your business, especially if you're in the first few years. Sales is the thing you should be focusing on and the skill you should really be learning because honestly, if you can master this, it is so easy for you to make really consistent sales and make really consistent income in your business, which means you can actually support those people and you can actually help those people you started this to help in the first place. And also it just changes your life as well. It just makes things so much easier if your business is bringing in consistent income and is actually able to financially support you as well. And I see this pattern so many times playing out with potential clients that I'm speaking with often. They don't feel good about sales because we saw someone online, typically a guy, talking about how to do sales, about how we needed to cold email, reach out to everyone in the DMs, just have so many interactions with so many people. It feels like just this funnel and just everyone's a number essentially. And then we don't really feel good about sales. We don't really want to be selling. So we don't sell and we don't talk about our offer and we're not sharing about how people can work with us. So we don't make any sales. So we make less money. And then realistically, the boys are left having all the success in business while we're kind of just struggling by and having our cute little businesses. And I think that's so much of the time why we end up in this pattern is just that very step one of we didn't see anyone talk about sales in a way that actually felt good to us. We saw people talk about sales in a way that felt icky. It felt very corporate for us and we just didn't really resonate with it. So we decided, okay, sales, I just don't really like it. I don't really want to be doing that when actually it's the complete opposite because I think especially as women, we know that we really thrive off connection and relationships, which kind of is what sales is. It literally all comes down to that. So actually, naturally, we kind of should be better at this. We are really better at this. We were just not taught how to utilize those things and how to focus on those things. And we were kind of just drowned out by the teachings of this mass marketing, mass emailing, and just reaching as many people as possible, when actually that doesn't typically feel like a full body yes for us. So is sales actually harder for women than men? No, I actually would argue the opposite. If I think women are naturally more, natural born salespeople, because realistically, we're the people who, when we're having conversations with friends, if you think of a product that you are obsessed with, that you absolutely love, you're going to be selling that to your friend. You are pitching it with so much excitement, sharing, oh my gosh, you have to try this. This is absolutely incredible. Best one I've ever had. Here's the website. I'll send over the link. We are kind of natural salespeople if we just share things in a way that guys typically don't do. We talk about products with friends. We share recommendations for things. We're constantly sharing restaurants we love, sharing raving reviews about things, sharing the things we didn't like. We are natural born salespeople because we love those conversations. We love those relationships and we love those connections. And that's what we need to lean into, because that's the piece we're missing of when we're trying to sell like men, aka this mass emailing, taking the human out of it, taking the relationship out of it, and really just looking at it from a very logical, masculine way. That doesn't typically work for us, and it feels really icky, doesn't feel like a full body yes. And that is what makes it, gives the perception that actually it's harder for women, when I really disagree, and I don't think that is the case. We just don't know yet how to sell in a way that feels like a full body yes for us. We don't know how to sell in a way that feels really authentic, feels really good, really lights us up essentially. And that's what we want to talk about today, is how can you actually get to that place where it does feel like a full body yes, where it does really light you up, and also it makes money. Because I see so many people getting stuck in that place of, sales, it feels really good now what I'm doing, but what I'm doing is not really selling. I'm not really talking about my offer. I'm just, I have things up on the website maybe, but I'm never sharing about them. I'm never talking about them. So now sales feels good because I'm not doing sales. That is not what we want. We want to still be selling, be talking about your amazing offers, because they freaking deserve to be out there. You deserve to be compensated for what you're doing. And also you can only help people if you are doing that as well. But at the same time, doing it in a way that feels like a full body yes, feels really good for you. So this is really the reason why I talk about the idea of full body yes sales, because sales really can feel that way. There are so many different ways to approach this, and it's so easy for us to see someone online talking about a certain way of making sales and signing clients and how we have to do that and think, okay, that is the way. That is not the case at all. And sales can be really a full body yes for you. It can feel really simple, it can feel really easy, because when we break it down to its core components, if we break down what sales even is, all it is, really breaking it down here, is there's a person, we'll call her Sarah. Sarah has a need. Sarah has a problem. She's struggling with a certain thing. You have a solution for her. You have something that can help her with this. You have something that can fix her problem. And then we share it with Sarah, how we can fix her problem. We share how we can help her with this, and Sarah pays us for this. It is literally as simple as that. That's all sales is essentially. We make it really complicated when we're thinking about, okay, but how do I reach people? How do I get leads? How do I nurture these leads? How do I close these sales? We make it really complicated when we add all of those things in. But if we really pull it back to the simple levels of, okay, what even is sales? What are we even doing here? That sounds really simple, right? Thinking about, okay, she's got this problem. I've got something that can help her. So I share it with her, then she pays me for that. It sounds really simple and it sounds really easy when we think about it like that. And also that just really highlights the kind of feminine side to it, of actually that connection, that relationship, of actually you sharing with Sarah how you can help her and really leaning into that connection and that relationship and building that relationship. That is a huge part of how you're actually going to share that information with her in the first place, how she's going to decide to pay you. And the best part of all of this is when we pull it down to that really simple level, and then we ask ourselves the question of, okay, how are we going to reach Sarah? How are we going to find her? She's somewhere in the world, maybe a different country. How are we going to reach her? How am I going to share my thing with her? And how is she going to sign up to this? When we just ask those questions, then we can realize that actually there are 1,000 ways to do this. There's not just one way that works best. There's not just one secret to all of this. There are 1,000 different ways you can do this. And that's partly why I created this podcast, to actually share with you those 1,000 different ways and share with you so many different ways, because really making sales feel like a full body yes for you is not about finding the way to sell. It's finding the way to sell that feels really good for you, because there is some way out there there that's going to feel so natural to you. It's going to feel as easy as breathing, and it's just going to feel so authentic to you and how you want to do business, your values, etc. And we just want to find that specific way, because when we can look at it and realize how simple sales actually is at a very fundamental level, very basic level, how simple this whole process actually is, and then realize that actually, okay, the how of how we do all of that, I get to choose how that's done. And there's so many different possibilities for how I can do that. I get to just, try the different flavors and see which one I like and see which one I don't like. And there will be ones I don't like. There will be ones I really love as well, but I just need to test those out and just need to find those. So that's what we're really focusing on this whole podcast. But really going back to today again, we really want to look at how can we make this feel like a full body yes for you. And yes, there are so many strategies that people are sharing, but I would actually invite you to take a second and just lean into what would feel really good for you. If you think about, again, going back to that really simple level of what selling actually is, think, okay, Sarah, she's got this problem over here. How do I reach her? What would feel really good for you? What would feel like a really natural way for you to reach her? Because you know how to do these things. You're in business. You've tried some of these things already. You know what did feel good, what didn't feel good. If you were just to ask yourself, forgetting about what the experts are telling you need to do and telling you have to do to be successful or sign clients or anything like that, but what would feel really good when you think about, okay, I need to reach Sarah. I need to find her somewhere on the internet. How am I going to do that? What would feel really good and what would feel really natural from where we know Sarah is right now and where we know we can reach her in a really natural way to just start that connection essentially. And then the same with those other steps of this really simple process as well. How could you share about what you do in a way that feels really natural to you? What would feel really authentic? What would feel really good for you in terms of just sharing about what you do? What would feel really simple? What would feel really easy there? And then also inviting people to work with you. How would you say that? How would you do that? If you were to just forget about the expert's advice, forget about what people have told you you should or shouldn't do, really just leaning into from what you've tried already, from what you've been doing, what did feel good, what didn't feel good, what would I ideally do for those things? Now, I could absolutely give you 1,000 strategies around this. If you're wanting really strategic videos, definitely go check out some other ones and other episodes because I dive more into really strategic pieces there of, okay, what can we actually do? What can we try there? So if you're looking for some ideas, go and watch some other videos there. But really what we're looking for here is what lights you up, what really excites you here, because when we feel really excited about sales, going back to that previous kind of example and flow that I used, when we feel really excited about sales, we want to sell. When we want to sell, we actually go ahead and talk about our offers every single day. When we actually go ahead and talk about our offers every single day, we actually reach Sarah and Sarah realizes, oh wait, this person can help me. This could be really beneficial. This is kind of what I've been looking for. Sarah does actually sign up. So we can really see that pattern of actually, it all comes back to how we're feeling about sales. Because if you feel really crap about sales, you're not going to be selling. You're not going to be talking about your offers and you're losing out there. But Sarah's losing out too because she didn't even know you could help her because she hadn't even seen you talking about it, right? And actually, when we can just go back and shift how we're feeling about sales, typically by how we're doing sales, and make it feel like a full body yes, it becomes really easy for us to actually go out and sell because it really lights us up, because we want to do it then, and because we can just shift our feelings around sales. The more we're left feeling, icky around sales, we feel really gross when we're doing it, we're literally not going to sell. And when you do as well, it's going to be in a little whisper. It's going to be as quick as possible. It's going to be, oh, I hate doing this, but we're just going to get it over as fast as possible. And you already know that is not working for you. That is not signing you the clients you're wanting to actually sign in your business. So actually figuring out how can I sell in a way that feels really good, that feels really authentic, that is what we really need to focus in on if you want to be making more sales. Not just, okay, this expert told me this strategy works really well, so I'm going to try that. Instead of just chasing the strategies that have worked for other people, let's find a strategy that works really well for you, find how you can do business, find how you can make sales in a way that feels really authentic there, and actually go ahead and do that, because it's going to completely shift the actual number in your bank account, the actual income number, the sales number that you're making in your business. That number is going to tangibly shift just by you making sales feel better, because you're going to be selling more and you're going to actually be making more sales as a result. Now, if you are looking as well for some really tangible, proven ways that you can actually sell your offer once you are feeling like sales is a full body yes, and you're saying, okay, now I feel really good about sales, I want to sell, how do I even sell? What does that even look like when I'm inviting people to work with me without me just saying the same thing over and over every day, posting up the same slides and saying there's 2 spaces left. What can I actually do to sell my offer every single day? What do I actually say? What actions can I take? Check out the link in the description because I'm going to put my 30 sales activities completely free guide for you. Literally 30 different proven ways that you can sell your offer. This is proven. Me and my clients have used this all the time to sign more clients and make more sales. And it's just different ways that you can sell your offer. So you can try them out, see what works for you. And it just gives a bit of variety as well to how you're selling versus you just saying and doing the same thing every single day. So there we have it. That is why sales will never feel easy until you stop trying to sell like a man. I hope this has been super helpful and I hope this has been really insightful on what full-body sales actually looks like and what it actually looks like to lean into that concept and actually start operating from that place in your business, because it is so transformational. And if you're wanting more sales, wanting more clients, wanting more income, we kind of need to start here because we can't do that while sales is feeling really icky for us. So coming back to full-body sales, always the move there. Thank you again for watching this episode. So happy to have you tuned in. Make sure you subscribe as well so you do not miss the weekly episodes posting every single week on Monday, talking all about how you can reach full-body sales in your business and how you can actually make more sales. Very strategic and also mindset focused as well. So make sure you subscribe for more videos there as well. And thank you so much for watching again. I will see you in the next one.